Hello there, I'm Nikki from the Haymakers and welcome to another edition of How WWE Should Book, where I take an angle from now to the future and challenge WWE to do it better because I'm a smartass. Ding! So this whole Becky injury is not ideal. For those keeping score at home, Becky Lynch has become the goddamn hottest thing in professional wrestling. No joke, bar none, no hyperbole. She has become the next Daniel Bryan, and she's on the verge of being the next Stone Cold. She is that goddamn popular. On the Go Home Raw before Survivor Series, she led SmackDown's women's division in an invasion of Raw's women's division, and Becky's side just fucking plastered them. Like, Becky got busted open and had blood all over her face, and she took out Ronda with a chair and, destroyed half the women's division by herself. It was a star-making performance. It got to the point where GIFs of the whole thing were starting to trend on Tumblr, and people who had no idea about who this person was or why she was beating the piss out of people were like, "This lady's awesome. Someone tell me what the hell is going on." And I spent an hour or so telling people who this awesome lady was, and it was very rewarding, and I greatly enjoyed doing that kind of thing. Unfortunately, the shot that busted her open also gave her a pretty severe concussion and a broken face, which is going to take her out of action for a little bit, which sucks because she is the goddamn greatest thing in wrestling right now, and you don't want to see her off TV for even a second. But there are ways to make delicious chicken parmesan out of Nia Jax shaped chicken shit. So, here's how I would do it. WWE, do it better. First off, for Survivor Series, in the Ronda vs. Charlotte match that got made because of the Becky injury, Ronda wins clean. Shayna doesn't get involved. Becky doesn't get involved. It's a strong one-on-one match that takes Ronda to her limit, but Ronda gets Charlotte in the armbar and she straight up taps out. After Survivor Series, leak some information that Becky might miss Wrestlemania, and she cements this by vacating the SmackDown Women's title on the SmackDown After Survivor Series. Oh no! Now, hopefully she won't actually miss WrestleMania. This should be an injury that only takes her out for a couple of months. If I'm comparing this injury to anybody else, it would probably be to Oney Lorcan, who did not miss that much time. It was only a couple of months. So hopefully she's back in time for the Rumble. That would be ideal. But yeah, I would have her vacate the title because SmackDown's women's division is just way too strong to just have the entire women's division have nothing to chase. You got Charlotte, Asuka, Naomi, Carmella, the Iconics. You've got some strong characters. I know it's a gamble to take the hottest thing in wrestling off of TV at the hottest that she's ever been, but it's a concussion. It's something that WWE really cares about these days, so just give the man some time to heal. Then comes the Royal Rumble, and Becky makes a shock return at number 2, not 1. This is important because you want someone to be in the ring to sell this reaction. Now, you could have her pop up later in the Rumble at number 22 or something when there's 8 people in the ring and everybody can go, "Ah!" But I think that it should be just one person. It should be just one person in the ring who sees this coming and has no choice but to be like, "Oh boy." And that one person should be Nia Jax. Ideally. Because Becky might not have a ton of other opportunities to exact revenge on Nia Jax, depending on how much WWE decides to punish Nia. She might get a deep push because of this, because Nia Jax may have just ruined the main event of Survivor Series with a punch that was wholly unnecessary and way too strong for any reason, boy! So yes, Becky's music hits, Nia visibly mouths, "Oh, shit." and beats the tar out of her and eliminates her in less than 30 seconds. And because you have 90 seconds before each competitor comes out in the Royal Rumble, that'll give Becky ample time to soak in what will undoubtedly be an earth-shattering reaction before number 3 comes out. And from there, Becky goes the distance and eliminates 8 wrestlers, setting a Women's Rumble record in the process. I know there's only been 2 Women's Rumbles, but it's still something that they could say, she just set the record for the most eliminations in the Women's Royal Rumble. Among those 8 are legends like Trish Stratus and Michelle McCool, and stars of today like Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. We get down to the final 2. It's Becky and Charlotte. Charlotte tries to shake Becky's hand, thinking they're cool. I mean, they hugged it out. They're fine. No, they're not fine. Becky is livid at Charlotte for not being able to get the job done against Rousey. They fight for a few minutes. Becky wins the Royal Rumble. Crowd is ecstatic. Afterwards, Becky says she's fighting Ronda so that she can finish what she started. At Fastlane, Becky and Charlotte have a one-on-one match, which is of course fantastic and of course won by Becky, ending their feud. And then at Mania, Becky wins and becomes the Stone Cold to Ronda and the MMA 4 Horsewomen, who can easily fill the role of a corporate heel faction. And of course, that's Mania's main event. Sounds nice to me. So that's how I would book around Becky's injury. You're doing a lot of good things. Like, for one, you're giving the SmackDown Women's Division a chance to reset. You're giving Becky a little bit of time off to heal up her injuries. Charlotte or Asuka could regain the SmackDown Women's title in Becky's absence. And when you have Becky come back, oh man, that is going to be something. And a long spell in the Royal Rumble, that is just the kind of thing that will make the crowd go, once again, yes, Becky Lynch is the best goddamn thing ever. So, that's how I would do it. See y'all later.